And now we're going to bring you to another awesome sponsor of Dentist Job Connect, who helps you decrease frustration when it comes to patient treatment plan acceptance. Mary can start her video whenever she is ready to start. Cherry is a fantastic sponsor that helps you with patient financing. When patients go, hey, why does this cost so much? How much is this going to cost? She is able to make your patients figure out how to pay in a way that's digestible to them. Did I do something wrong for Mary?
Yep. Thank you, Paul. So I have audio on, but it looks like I'm getting that message again for
Let me
video.
see.
You cannot
Sorry,
start your video.
Mary. It's like I'm not doing it on purpose. Hold on.
No
Let's
worries.
see. Arash was able to. Let me see here. I'll undo it and then I'll do it again. Maybe Serena needs to help me. I did it again. Did it work? I hit start video. Let me see. Can I ask you to start your video? I asked you to start your video. Did that help?
Oh, there we go. Okay, host just asked. Okay, start my video. All
So
right.
Mary,
There
perfect.
we go.
Well, you have one of my favorite names. My wife's name is Mary, and you help dentists with the most challenging part, the money part. I don't know if you know about this in dental school, but they don't talk about money at all. They charge a lot of money to go to dental school. It's one of my grievances, but they don't talk about it. They just go, oh, just treat people well and it'll be fine. And you're like, I'm treating people well, and it's not fine at all, right? Because when people don't know how to pay, or people do not know how this is going to fit into their life, a confused buyer tunes out, a confused patient or overwhelmed patient doesn't move forward. So just tell us for a minute what you do with Cherry to help dentists decrease annoyance.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great description. So we at Cherry offer patient financing. So we work with thousands of medical practices. At this point, we have about over 15,000 medical practices where we provide payment plans for their patients. And it's exactly as you said, Paul, we want to remove cost as the barrier to for patients to get treatment. Because oftentimes, like even just myself, like my dentist would recommend that I get a certain procedure. I'm like, oh, that sounds great. I know it's good for me, but this is really expensive. How am I going to pay for this? So by offering payment plans, it's much easier to have that treatment conversation. The focus is now on the actual result of the procedure as opposed to how am I going to pay for this? This is going to cost a lot. And the great thing about Cherry is that we offer payment plans up to 60 months. So that's 5 years. And we fund up to $35,000. So, it's so much easier to say to a patient, hey, if you do this $2,000 procedure and you spread out over, let's just say 24 months, right? That's only going to be about $60 to $80.
And then what I love what you're sharing is, and I think dentists have to get out of their own head, even me included over the years, depending on your background in life, your relationship with money can be very different than your patients. And if someone said to me, I had to buy a yacht tomorrow, I would need to finance it, right? I couldn't just go to my bank account and say, here, swipe my credit card. And I think in a very just be real way, we don't know what's inside of the person's head in life when you say the cost to continue to chew and smile is $10,000. And I think what happens is dentists might think, that's no big deal to me. Yeah, why is it a big deal to someone else? And when you just stop thinking like that and give people the options, I'll tell a story with me with patient financing. We had a mother and daughter who needed big implant cases. And this was one of these financing options where they spread it out over a long period of time. They were going to pay interest. And even me, I was like, man, like they're going to pay a lot of interest. Like I was judging it, right? I was judging it silently in my head. And they did it. And they're so happy with what they've done. I mean, their life is different, both of them. And I'm glad that I didn't lack the confidence or I'm glad that I offer them that. How do you help teams with this? Because I know this is inside of them. Can they get training on how your process works? Can their office manager do it? Break down that for us.
Yeah, so after you sign up with Cherry, we have a whole team that's dedicated to helping you understand how to use our portal. It's actually very straightforward. I think it's like pretty self-explanatory once you go into the Cherry practice portal. But every office will have a dedicated practice development manager. So you have a direct contact who will hold your hand, who will be available if you have any questions, and we respond very quickly. Within 24 hours, oftentimes just, even within a few hours, you have the direct line. So we'll go through all of that with you, all the onboarding, all the training. We even offer marketing support. So if you do any type of promotion, any marketing around your office, we'll offer free social media templates, free email templates, a bunch of other free resources as well. So we want to set you up for success, not just on the financing part, but as a practice overall.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. People can text Cherry to 215-798-9897 to get started. And just as I help educate the community, it's frustrating, it's annoying, like that's just to talk to people about money when they don't want to spend money on it, right? At the end of the day, you want me to be real, Mary? We talk to people and say, hey, this is $2,000. And sometimes they think we're ripping them off. And I go, where are you going next week? They go, all expense. I'm going on an all-inclusive vacation to Cancun. So I have no judgment on that, but there's no insurance for vacation. So what we do is we sell wants, not needs, and making the ability to buy those wants more flexible is so valuable. And I just say to patients, hey, Mary, this is like a $10,000 investment, so you can chew and smile. Do you want to pay it all at once and get like a payment in full courtesy, or do you want to stretch it out? And in those moments, you just have them, right? Because anyone says stretch it out, say, oh, great, we have options for you to stretch it out. And
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think,
And the other great thing is like we also offer more 0% APR options. So even if you're not financially constrained, it just totally
yes,
makes sense
I
to
was
have
going to
the
say the
0%
pandemic.
interest plan
Yeah,
and
the
spread over
pandemic
time.
changed that for me personally. Prior to the pandemic, I was like, just get the expense off my plate. It's my daughter's preschool, it's the camp, it's something for our family, just pay it, right? I don't want to think about it. But when the pandemic changed everything, if I had a $12,000 expense tomorrow, I would probably appreciate being able to stretch it out, even if I don't have financial constraints. Emotionally, sometimes that's better. Have you found that with the patients that use Cherry?
Absolutely, yeah.
Um, so tell us as we wrap up, any grievances you want to air, anything, any tips on decreasing annoyance as a person or a dental office, anything you want to share in honor of our Festivus episode?
Yeah, I think if you have any patients who just like won't really move forward with treatment because cost is the issue, I think just offering them financing options will reduce that frustration a lot.
I agree with you. I think, just giving people a menu of how to pay for things, I just think will accelerate your acceptance. So
Oh, and sorry, and the other thing that some certain members of maybe the dental office might be very frustrated by is getting payment from the patient.
yeah,
So, especially if you're offering in-house financing, you have that one person at the desk trying to get repayment. Great thing is, Cherry pays you upfront and we'll deal with all of the
I
payment
absolutely love that. So
repayments.
say that again. So if there's a $5,000 expense through Cherry for the patient,
Mhm.
office gets paid, you deal with getting the money.
Exactly. And if the patient defaults, that's on us, not on you.
Well, I love it. Thanks for decreasing annoyance for dentists and being on the show, Mary. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.